Introducing the fourth generation of the Xbox console family. The Xbox Series S, released on November 10th, 2020, as part of the ninth generation of video gaming consoles. Hello, and welcome to FMRevu, your source for mediocre amateur reviews. Inside the box, you get the console, the controller, a power cord, an HDMI cable, batteries, and a product guide booklet. Now let's take a closer look at the included HDMI cable and its capacity. The Xbox Series S has a maximum resolution of 1440p. Relax, it's okay, I know. Besides, most people still have 1080p televisions. The included HDMI 2.0 cable will help with refresh rates, latency, and reduce screen tearing. Just note, the HDMI 2.0 cable is labeled high speed, while the 2.1 cables are ultra high speed. Moving on to the power cord. It should look familiar if you own an Xbox One S or Xbox One X. This 2-slot power cord is the same 10 amp cable that has been powering the previous two console generations. This will help if you are upgrading consoles and want to do a quick swap out. The existing power cord can stay in place, and possibly your HDMI cable, and that will help reduce cable clutter and management. Let's explore the product guide. The first few pages are general information and a few warnings. The next pages mention HDMI, DTS, Dolby Atmos, and Ultra HD Blu-ray information. Soon after, you will move into the additional languages of this booklet and can put it aside or back in the box. Next up is the controller. It's new but old at the same time. It has a very familiar layout, including 2 shoulder buttons, 2 trigger buttons, an extended hand grip, 4 face buttons, a power button, a D-pad but with a new design, staggered analog sticks, an audio input, connection port, and the common start select but with a new record button. Basically, this is the same great controller as the Xbox One S but with a more comfortable D-pad and a capture button. Finally, looking at the console. And the round back has 6 ports. The Ethernet for wired connectivity, but 802.11 AC dual band wireless is built in. The 2 additional USB 3 ports for high-speed data if you want to add an external hard drive. You have an HDMI 2.1 port for the 1440p output. Next is a storage expansion port that is designed to accept an SSD expansion card. And this looks like it's mostly geared towards Seagate drives for now. And last is the port for power, as discussed earlier. And now let's look at the overall console. It is small and lightweight, which should allow for easy placement in entertainment cabinets. If you game on a desk, this will only take up 10.8 inches by 5.9 inches by 2.6 inches. The all-white look resembles the Xbox One S, but it has a black vent that makes the distinction. The feel is solid too. At 4.25 pounds, this feels very compact and balanced. The front has one USB 3 port for expansion and a controller sync button, but otherwise blank. When powered on, the LED and Xbox logo lights up just as the previous generation console did. I do miss the addition of a disc slot up front. And with that, I will carry on to the hardware of the console. This is an AMD-based architecture with custom CPUs and GPUs, but scaled down compared to the Series X. However, on a 1080p or 1440p display, you will not notice much. For the CPU, Microsoft went with an AMD custom Zen 2 CPU. That is 8 cores running at 3.6 GHz. For the GPU, Microsoft also went with an AMD but a custom RDNA 2 graphics card. For the memory, the Series S comes with 10 GB GDDR6 and the storage is a very small 512 GB custom SSD. This is really geared toward the casual gamer who enjoys the Game Pass rather than the hardcore sweat soldier. As a technical conclusion, the Series S has pretty much all the features and benefits of the top tier Series X, but at 1440p instead of 4K. Remember that 4K is 4 times the resolution of 1080p, so you need 4 times the GPU power to run 4K over 1080p. And the same is true about the GPU. Coincidentally, the Series S is about 1/3 the GPU power of the Series X. It has the exact same CPU and the same clock as the Series X. Take note that resolution is mainly determined by the GPU and the CPU mostly determines the frame rate, AI, physics, and game logic. Because the CPU is the same, both the Series S and Series X will have the same frame rates. The only key difference you'll notice is the resolution. Also, because you're only rendering 1440p, you don't need as much RAM either. My biggest gripe is the wish for an external disk reader for my existing physical library. Here's a list of pros and cons that I have outlined relating to the Xbox Series S. It has a huge game selection, however they're online. It has smooth performance, a sleek, compact design. It's more available and less expensive than the Series X. Unfortunately, it's not future-proof, and you have very limited storage on board. Thank you for watching this presentation of FMRevu. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to keep more awesome free content coming your way. And now laugh a little with some outtakes.
3, 2, 1, action!
Come on now. Why am I missing? Wow.